So, most of us love Pixar movies. Most of us have grown up with Pixar over the last few years. And one thing that Pixar has a tendency of doing is to hiding Easter eggs inside their films. You got the classic ones such as the Pizza Planet truck, the Luxo Ball, and the A113 reference. But one of the things they've been doing quite a lot in their films for a while, since the early 2000s, is future film Easter eggs. Easter eggs that you don't actually know what they're referencing. You don't know they're referencing the next film until you've seen the next film, and suddenly you go back and watch the previous film and realise, that was in there. So I thought today I'd go through all the future Pixar Easter eggs you can find. You can probably find a load of channels on YouTube that do this a lot better, some do this professionally, but this is just to throw my 2 cents in the ring. Now, officially, I don't think the future Pixar Easter eggs actually start until Monsters Inc. But one unofficial one that you could kind of draw a reference to is in A Bug's Life, the tree on an island looks remarkably similar to the tree that Jessie and Emily end up playing on in Toy Story 2 during Jessie's flashback. But that one, I don't know if that's official, so yeah, take that with a grain of salt. But with the rest of them, starting with Monsters Inc., there are actually 3 references to the next film, which would be Finding Nemo. Those 3 references are when Mike and Celia are on their date at Harryhausen's. You can see on the mural behind the chef that part of the mural is a clownfish. When Mike, Sully, and Boo banish Randall into the human world, a clownfish can be seen inside the closet of the room that they're banishing him into. And when Sully eventually returns Boo home, she has a Squeaky Nemo toy. That's from Monsters Inc. to Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo technically has 2 references to upcoming future films. When Darla is having the kind of fish in her hair and screaming about it, the kid in the dentist's waiting room can be seen reading a Mr. Incredible comic book referencing the next upcoming Pixar film, The Incredibles. And also, when the Tank Gang finally manages to make their escape in the pre-credit scene of the movie, you can also see what appears to be a non-anthropomorphic version of Luigi kind of drive past the dentist's office on the road, referencing Cars later on. The Incredibles has one reference to Cars later on, which is towards the end of the film when the family are fighting the Omnidroid. Behind Mr. Incredible you can see a non-anthropomorphic version of Doc Hudson. Yeah, nice little thing. And although I don't know if I didn't see any references in Cars for Ratatouille. That might have been because at the time that was intended to be the last film that they would make with Disney, as the distributor. So I don't know if there's a reference to Ratatouille in Cars, so I can't say for that one. But in Ratatouille, they also have 2 references to upcoming Pixar films. The next one being WALL-E, in that in Ratatouille, in one of the French houses, you can see a cockroach on one of the walls that resembles Hal the cockroach from WALL-E. And there's also a reference to Up in Ratatouille, in that when Remy kind of arrives in Paris, you can see an outline silhouette of a dog in there that looks remarkably similar to Doug. Onto WALL-E, and the reference it gets in there to the next film, which would be Up, is that one of the things WALL-E has collected in his massive collection is Carl Fredrikson's Walker, complete with tennis balls, which can be seen in the film. Then on to Up, with the next film being Toy Story 3. This one should be fairly easy to spot. When Carl's house kind of takes off with all the balloons, he flies past a little girl's window, her little girl's bedroom window, and in the corner of her bedroom you can see she has a Lotso-hugging bear, referencing Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3 did also have 2 references, although one of them is technically defunct. The first reference, which is defunct, was that on Andy's bedroom closet there was a sticker that said Newt Crossing. This was supposed to be a reference to an upcoming Pixar film, Newt, which was eventually cancelled. But the other one that does count is that also in his bedroom, Andy also has a poster of a non-anthropomorphic version of Finn McMissile from Cars 2. In Cars 2, during the final battle, when Holly and Mater are battling off everyone, some of the lemon cars get chucked into a pub, and inside the pub you can see a carified version of the Dumbrock Tapestry from Brave. In Brave, when Merida visits the old witch in the middle of the forest, you can see that part of her carving she has what appears to be a carving of Sully from the Monsters Inc. franchise, referencing Monsters University. Now, I'm not personally aware of any Inside Out Easter eggs that were featured in Monsters University. They might be in there, I just didn't see them. But anyway, on to Inside Out, and of course the next film on the roster would have been The Good Dinosaur, and that one's fairly easy to spot, as during when they look back on sort of Riley's memories of the car ride out to San Francisco, she mentions that one of her favourite parts was the time with the dinosaurs, where the car accidentally crashed into the back of one of the model dinosaurs while out in the desert. Yeah, a fun detail. Once again, I'm not aware of any Finding Dory Easter eggs that appeared up in The Good Dinosaur. I might be wrong, but I'm not aware of them. But on to Finding Dory, and the reference for Cars 3 that they managed to get in there is that during the kind of big final scene with the truck driver can be seen with a 95 Band-Aid on, which of course references Lightning McQueen for Cars 3. In Cars 3, when Lightning is trying out the simulator, one of the simulator environments that you can choose to go through is the Mexican town from Coco. In Coco, during the Land of the Dead, big celebrations, a poster can be seen on a building wall advertising The Incredibles 2 with a skeletal version of The Incredibles on it. And the final one that I know of, is that for Toy Story 4, in Incredibles 2, you can see in Jack's crib an action figure of Keanu Reeves' character, the Canadian Daredevil. Can't remember what his name is at the minute, but there you go. A selection of future Pixar Easter eggs that you can see looking at each Pixar film. Now, I don't know. I personally haven't seen Toy Story 4. Don't get me wrong, I'd probably enjoy it, I just haven't seen it. So I don't know if they have a reference to Onward in there, but yeah, maybe they do. But yeah, something for you to look for. Look carefully and you'll find them. Anyway, until next time, see ya.